Hey, hello everyone. Thanks so much for joining us for Access City Council. I'm your host, City of Las Vegas Communications Director David Riggleman. Coming up on this show, the new captain of the Northwest Area Command is with us. Plus, it's Emergency Preparedness Month. Is your family ready should a disaster strike? We're going to check into that. Joining us with this and much more on these important topics is our councilwoman from Ward 4. You know who it is, Francis Allen-Palenske. Welcome back.
Thank you, Mr. Riggleman.
How are
you?
you?
It's a pleasure.
It's good to see you.
Great day.
We are well into September. Things are happening. We're going to talk more about September 11th, in fact, before the end of the program. But folks, if you don't know where Ward 4 is located, we're going to show you on the map. It's the great northwest area of the valley, of course, of the city. If you live in this area or work in this area, then of course you're in the city limits of the city of Las Vegas. And if you are a resident out there, you are represented on the city council by Francis Allen-Palenske. We have a great discussion today, kind of a public safety bent to it all. So let's just...
My favorite topic.
Yeah, exactly. I know it is. So let's just jump right in. First up, the new captain of the Northwest Area Command joins us here in studio. We're pleased to welcome back to this show the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Captain, Dave Sims. Dave, welcome back to the program. Same Dave, but different assignment this time around.
Yes, it is. No, it's thank you for the invitation. It's always a pleasure to come on the show. And no, I'm excited to be back in the patrol world up in the northwest part of town. I live up near that area. And so I'm just very excited to be back there.
Yeah.
I am.
Councilwoman, Dave brings a lot of experience. He's been an area commander in the past, had Summerlin Area Command, had other assignments, but now you've got him with all this experience heading up.
I've taken from you, and I brought him to me. Sorry.
Yeah, it's like I'm hurting on that too. He was great as the Dave. You were absolutely, you were terrific as the Summerlin Area Commander, and I know he's going to be great for Northwest as well. So,
Dave, do you get any say in where you go, or is this, at the pleasure of the sheriff type of situation?
Not a whole lot to say. It's a good question. It's actually a pretty common one we get to. But, the sheriff from his perspective, and he knows, I've been with the agency over 20 years now, and we all come up through those ranks together. And so, you see where the strengths are and really who's the best person to be in the best place. I mean, it's a sign of a good leader. So. It's not a lot to say, but it usually seems to be a pretty good fit.
Yeah, it tends to be. I agree. Dave, Northwest Area Command, what are your top priorities out there? I know Councilwoman would be interested in hearing this as well. What are you going to try to focus on first?
Well, and I think, one, it's to support the sheriff's priorities. Violent crime always has to be primary. And, the fatal traffic collisions, which can impact everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
I always say it's one of the few crimes that occurs that there's no intended victim.
Yeah.
You can simply be sitting at a red light, doing everything right, and become a victim of it. So, and then unique to the west side of the valley, we have a lot of property crimes. Always had. The burglaries, the breaking into vehicles. Luckily, we're down in almost double digits in every major crime category.
I've noticed that. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I've seen that. So.
Numbers are great.
Yeah, very good.
Numbers are great. And again, I appreciate the congratulations, but really goes out to those young officers on the street, pushing the black and whites, our detectives. I mean, they're just doing a phenomenal job, and we just kind of set the course for them and then give them the resources they need and get out of their way and let them impress us.
Councilwoman, I think one of the things we've always talked about, Metro is very proactive in working with the community. Obviously, great relationships with the city council, but great relationships with all different kinds of organizations.
Those first Tuesdays.
Exactly.
They do so much for our community to bring together and to foster that communication. You're not going to stop those, right?
I'm not going to stop those, no. I'm a big advocate of it. And I think the value that I've seen in my years on the department about this topic is, yes, we're very good at solving crimes, but we would all rather they not occur to begin with.
And I've heard you say that before, in fact.
So working with the community, one whole Las Vegas strong community approach to this and educating the community. What are the trends that we're seeing and how do you not become a victim in the first place?
Yeah.
And luckily this valley, they come to the table with us. It's very proactive, and Northwest included. It's probably one of the more engaged communities already in my short amount of time there already. People care, and they want to protect their neighbors.
That's so much of the battle too, as people want to get involved. Dave, talk a little bit about that. What are some of the things, from your perspective, you have a lot of experience, what are some of the main things that people can do to protect themselves from being a victim of crime? You talked about that, you touched on that. What are some of the things right off your sheet that people should be working on?
I think it's just being aware that you could become a victim of one, and don't make it easy on the bad guy. Bad guys don't like light. Bad guys don't like alarms. Bad guys don't like neighborhoods where people look out and they say, well, that doesn't look right.
Right.
And so know your neighbor, know the routines. And don't make it easy on the person who wants to go out and victimize people. You know, it's simple as locking the car so they can't get into it.
Exactly. You know, you hear about that on social media all the time. My car was broken into, and I forgot to lock it. You know, I forgot to lock it before I came into the house. And it's just, you get busy, and I guess your mind is elsewhere. You know, so. Not good. But what else, Dave? I mean, I think those are really good too. They're basic things too.
They're very basic.
But it's just a good reminder. Because sometimes, like I say, you get busy, your mind is elsewhere, and you forget to do those simple things.
I think that probably the biggest one is get out and know your neighbor. Get out and know your neighborhood. Go to your police department and be engaged with us. And probably one of the biggest ones, and bless the community, they never want to, I commonly hear things like, well, I don't want to bother the police because I know how busy the police are. And for us, I'm like, no, that's why we're here. You know, I'd rather you bother us and not need to than the other way around. And let us get in front of any of the challenges that are out there. So I think a lot of it is just know us, we're a part of your community. Know your elected officials, know these events that we do, and know your neighbors. And you'll notice things when they're off. Yeah,
exactly. And then you got all those eyes looking out for each other. Councilman, you touched on First Tuesday. Let's talk a little bit about that. That's a great way to get to know the officers that are going to patrol your area.
It really does. And in the Northwest, you guys consistently have great turnout from our neighbors. So
we do.
Would hate to see that go away.
Dave, it's every first Tuesday of the month at what time do you guys kick off?
We usually do it for availability's sake, for people to be able to come. And please don't quote me on this, because sometimes it can vary.
It shifts a little.
It does shift it. But also check our social media. It's always on there, as well as the topics. But it's usually 5 o'clock, somewhere between 5 and 6. We essentially open the door to our home at Northwest Area Command, come into the police station, and we always cover different topics, kind of similar to the questions that you've asked. You know, what can we do to engage with the community, and how do we make it safer?
And I know, Dave, you hear firsthand from the residents issues that are going on. You know, I got people really speeding over here, or, you know, running this red light consistently, or whatever it might be, or you know, we got homes that are getting broken into, or cars broken into in this area, you know. So
it's a great point. You know, I've always said the police, we don't know what we don't know. We're great at tracking statistics, but usually the crimes have already occurred. And so if you're seeing that stuff ahead of time, this is why we have events like that. Please come tell us and let us know about it.
Dave, we have about a minute left. I'm sorry, Councilwoman.
They're so accessible.
Yeah, they are. To your point, exactly.
They are there if you need them. Please don't hesitate to reach out. Be involved in our community. Come have dialogue. It's really the most meaningful thing that a citizen can do.
I couldn't agree more. And they're very accommodating and open. They make you feel welcome at those things, because that's the idea, is to have that dialogue, and everybody has a better sense of how to prevent crime if we're all in this together. So, Dave Sims, always a pleasure. I will have you back here. You know, you're a great guest.
I always come back.
You're an old veteran of the show. And
thank you so much for the invitation.
We're glad of that. So,
it's an honor.
Councilwoman, we're going to have to say goodbye to Dave and have you stick around if you don't mind. We have to take a quick break. But coming up, are you prepared if a disaster strikes? What to do? And we're going to talk about that right after this. Welcome back, everyone. Would you and your family be prepared should a disaster strike? September is National Emergency Preparedness Month, and today we want to help you get ready. We're still joined by, of course, Councilwoman Francis Allen-Palenske. It's her show, so she's still alongside me here. And also with us is the CEO of the Emergency Management Foundation. We welcome Brian Scroggins to the show. Brian, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, my pleasure.
Brian and I go back many, many years, so good man. great idea to have him on. A very timely topic right now with Emergency Preparedness Month here. So
he does a great job for the city. I don't know that you know this, but he's also a chaplain for our city fire department.
Yeah, I
so
did know that.
He has many hats, and he does them all superbly well.
Yes, I know that. I know that. So, Brian, talk a little bit about your organization, the Emergency Preparedness Foundation. Describe what you guys do and how you help people get ready for the unexpected.
Yeah, the Emergency Management Foundation is kind of an outgrowth from 1 October festival shooting. I was part of the recovery process there. I was kind of the chaplain in charge and brought in a lot of other groups to help us. I really love police and fire, and so the foundation is set up to do projects and help them, but also to bless the community, to get the community engaged and ready for disasters or emergencies that may come about in the community.
Yeah. Brian, I think people are watching. It's like, okay, well, what's ABC? What are the ABCs of things I should be doing to be ready in case something happens? I mean, it could be flash flood, it could be high wind, it could be, we get a variety of things here. I suppose even an earthquake. So.
Yeah, I think the first thing that families need to do is put together a plan for themselves, whether it be an escape plan from your home if in case there's a fire or a flood. Check out their surrounding area in your neighborhood, see if there are retention basins or potentials for flood or other disasters that may happen. So kind of do a little assessment of your area and then put together a plan that would be best. If you have kids that are in school or parents that are out shopping, etc., have a place that you'll all meet in case something happens where you can kind of get together and activate that plan. But your emergency management department with Carolyn Levering, they're outstanding. I've worked with Carolyn for a number of years, and they have great information, lots of sources out there. But again, get the plans together so that when the emergency happens, you can activate those plans.
Yeah. Councilwoman, I've heard that basically you should have plans in place for if you had to sustain yourself for at least 3 days, enough water, enough food in the house, dog food, medication, whatever it might be, always have at least a 3-day supply. That seems like a pretty good rule of thumb.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I've heard a week, but I guess it all depends on who you talk to, of course.
So what do you think, Brian? I mean, obviously,
what's the industry standard?
I agree, and I guess there's people on different sides of the spectrum. I'm one that has a freeze dryer. During the pandemic, when I was working at home, I did food all the time, so I have a good supply of things available. I have generators, etc. So I kind of am a preparedness person. But yeah, families should be prepared for at least a week to 10 days minimum, in my opinion, because if there was a major large-scale disaster, the government agencies are going to be out rescuing people and doing some of the more important issues, and then getting to the other people who are hopefully self-sustained. And again, talk to your neighbors, be friendly with them, plan some activities with them. And also I think it's important, like in where I live in the neighborhood, I'm able to have like a little cookout in my backyard and get your kids involved so that if there is an emergency, they're not scared. They know, oh, we're just going to have a little cookout tonight, or we're just doing something. The power goes out, you've got some alternative plans to kind of keep the kids calm so they know it's not a huge emergency.
Yeah. Yeah, Brian. Also, cash. You would having cash around. I don't want to tell everybody that you keep thousands of dollars in your house and send the police captain on. But still, you want some ready cash as well if you can't use your credit card or debit card.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important to have at least a little bit that could get you through. Like I said, a week to 10 days. You don't need a safe full of money in your home because that can be dangerous. But just enough, like you said, that would allow you to get to the store in case the electricity's down. They're not taking electronic payment. You could maybe buy some items to get you through.
Yeah. Now, Councilwoman, I know your husband, retired firefighter. I'm sure this has been standard protocol in your house for many a year.
Indeed. And being Asian, there's cash around too. So
you get it from all angles, exactly.
Yes.
Well. Some lessons learned for your family in that you can maybe share with the viewers out there. It's not as hard as maybe we tend to think it's going to be, is it?
It's just really being vigilant and aware and putting some thought into it. It's not hard. Just put some extra thought. The candles, the first aid kit.
Where is all that stuff?
Yes. I'm in the single story, but if you're in the double story, get the ladder. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Yeah, for sure. And, Brian, I think sometimes we think in Las Vegas, we don't have hurricanes, we don't have tornadoes.
People might have laughed at the flood idea, but it happens. It happens in the Northwest.
Exactly right. Exactly, Councilman. It's just my point. We don't get a lot of rain, but when we do, it tends to come all at the same time. Yeah, and it can create some real problems. So. Other tips, other advice that if you really want to make sure that people or are thinking of or cognizant of as they contemplate this?
Yeah, a lot of great agencies out there. Like I said, like the city, the county, they all have resources available. There's websites available from FEMA where you can go in and kind of see what you need and go through those. Certainly could reach out to us for information. But again, there's lots of good things that you can do to be prepared. And again, emergencies take a lot of different forms. It could be a downturn in the economy. It could be a loss of a job. It could be a lot of things. And so, again, being prepared for anything that comes along, that way your family's safe and secure and you can kind of get through that until there's some recovery there.
Brian, talk a little bit about the difference between, you talked about the other agencies that are out there and available. How does your organization differ or complement those groups?
Yeah, we're not there as the Emergency Management Foundation to take over the work of any agency. We're just there to support them. Like I served on what was called the Homeland Security Grant Committee for about 5 years, and we gave out about $5 million a year for agencies and organizations that were preparing for emergencies. But there's some what I call gap needs there, so some smaller needs that maybe don't get fulfilled. And so we'll raise some money for a project for the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department or Las Vegas Fire and Rescue to help them do that. And then again, as a chaplain, I go out and meet with these individuals and chat with them. So again, we do behavioral health, we do gap needs for individuals.
I see. To where you can again, complement or supplement maybe funding or whatever it might be for organizations that are trying to help people stay ready for the unexpected.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. How long has the organization been around? How long have you been doing this?
Well, I've actually been doing the work for about 10 years. I got an assignment from my church early on to start working with church congregations throughout Nevada, and that kind of evolved into volunteering with Carolyn and a bunch of other people at the Multi-Agency Coordination Center for the county as a whole. But the foundation's been around for about 2 years.
Oh, very good, very good. Councilwoman, we should mention too our CERT program, Citizens Emergency Response Team. We talk about that a lot. We try to get folks, these are volunteers that in the event of an emergency, as Brian was saying, our first responders are just completely overwhelmed. And so these are volunteers within the community who can help go out and take care of issues when the first responders can't get there.
Be a point of contact.
Yeah, yeah.
They do great. We've got it thriving in Sun City, Summerlin. It's always a little bit more of a struggle in the less structured areas of the city of Las Vegas. If you're interested in participating, please reach out to Carol Levering and her team. They put on academies and classes so you can learn the formal process.
Yeah, it's and again, it's called the CERT program, C-E-R-T for short. And again, it's just people, and we got quite an army of folks that would be ready in those situations. Again, if our first responders can't get to you, there's a second wave of folks that could be able to help as best they could and would be prepared to know what to do. So. Brian, other good tips for people out there? Anything that we've forgotten to mention that you think, oh, you know what, this is a really good one that we want to make sure we mention?
Well, I'm certainly a fan of the CERT program. I'm actually a graduate of the city CERT program years ago. That's kind of how I started. But again, there is so much available if you're interested, so much training, so much online things through FEMA. But again, I think just get prepared for the minimal amount so that you can get your family through disasters. Like I said, know where your children are, know where your parents are, have a meeting place like the Councilwoman said, make sure you have enough of your medications and food and water available so that you can help the family get through that.
Be thinking about that,
and again, it doesn't need to be something that you worry about. It needs to be something that you prepare for, and then you don't have to worry.
Well, Brian, I think we have something that you're not quite prepared for that's going to happen right now. We have a special presentation for you. Thank you, Sarah. And this is from the Councilwoman to you.
On behalf of the entire Las Vegas City Council, for all your work with our fire department and your wonderful Emergency Management Foundation, we have named today, September 11th, 2025, Brian Scroggins Day in the city of Las Vegas.
I'm honored, and yes, I was not expecting that. Thank you so much.
Well deserved, my friend. Well deserved. So why don't you turn it around so people can see it there? Yeah, Eric will get a shot of it, and Yeah, Brian Scroggins Day, everybody.
Yes. Thank you for all you do, Brian.
Yes, absolutely.
You are a tremendous citizen.
Thank you, thank you.
Within the city of Las Vegas.
Yeah,
We're lucky to have you.
I couldn't have said it any better. We're lucky to have you in this community, Brian. Everything that you've done over the years, you're always so involved. I know you're quote unquote retired, but you work more now than I've ever seen. So, and we're the beneficiaries of that. So, well, Brian, congratulations. This is your day, and Councilwoman, great call on that. I thought well deserved. So,
thank you.
Brian, we're going to have to say goodbye. We're out of time. I'm going to ask you to please stick around a little bit longer. We have to take yet one more quick break, but coming up, remembering 9/11, plus a look at what's to come in Ward 4. It's right after this. Thanks for staying with us, everyone. We will never forget September 11th. It's been almost 25 years, which is really hard to believe, since that deadly attack. Thousands were killed that day. It was a day that none of us who were alive at that time could ever forget. Among the victims, a local teacher, Barbara Edwards. She was a foreign language teacher at Palo Verde High School. And Councilwoman, today you held a memorial out at Police Memorial Park. Always a very somber ceremony in many ways. Again, I can't believe it's been 24 years since that awful day.
For those of us that lived it, it does seem just like yesterday. We were all paralyzed watching on our television screens, watching the towers crumble. It was
unbelievable. It really was.
Such an upsetting feeling at the time.
You had an event. I think that the point is that we're never going to forget. That's the idea, is that we're never going to forget what happened on that day.
We had Under Sheriff Walsh out. He gave a great barn-burning speech. The retired New York City police guys in town, the 1013 Club, host every year. Enjoy working with them. They're the great guys.
They are.
Very appropriate. We've had this as an annual event, and we will continue to do it because we will never forget.
Yeah, Councilwoman, and you have been really one of the people vigilant in making sure that happens. Police Memorial Park, we talked a little bit about it. It's such a gem out there in Ward 4.
Recently renovated. We've put about $4 million into it to uplift it. We've added a canine statue, and we've cleaned, or deep cleaned for the first time, the
Wings of Freedom,
the Wings of Freedom statue there. It's beautiful. It's always beautiful, but really good effort that we did to upkeep the park. And the gates have come down. Neighborhoods can access it. You know, it's wonderful welcome.
For people who aren't familiar, it's basically toward the end of Cheyenne. You're getting out toward the 215, and it really is a way to remember all those officers who died in the line of duty, and it goes back quite a number of years. So, so it's a fitting place to have a September 11th memorial. And again, kudos to you for making sure that that we never forget that, and especially those that we lost that day and their families who are still surviving now, that are still carrying that burden.
In my household, 9/11 is a national day of remembrance.
Yeah,
so
for sure. Councilman, we have, to your point, we have retired New York City police and New York City firefighters that live here in Las Vegas now, and so this day obviously is especially important for them. So good work on your part, and I'm glad that we do that every year. So on a little lighter note, Halloween is coming up. And you have a very cool trunk or treat event and spooky Halloween movie. This is going to be on Saturday, October 4th. So, yeah, we'll get to celebrate the whole month of October.
I feel like it's turned into a month holiday, Halloween, these days.
Yes, the decorations that people put up, it goes on and on, I know.
They've been at Costco since August.
Exactly. And, you know, people, they decorate their houses like they, used to at Christmas time.
And the costumes.
Yeah.
Ours is a little bit early, but come on out.
Yeah.
It's great. We always have great participation from the folks in Providence. We're going to do the trunk or treat. The kids, come on down, bring your pillowcases for the loot, and enjoy. We'll be watching Hocus Pocus.
That's a classic. Great choice. Did you get to pick that?
I did.
Good call. That's a great movie. Never gets old. And again, folks, this is going to be from 5 to 9. This is at Huckleberry Park. That's at 10325 Farm Road out in the northwest there. This is always a great event. And Councilwoman, the best part of this is that we like to emphasize that it's free. So this is your tax dollars at work, and bring the kids out and enjoy. It's also, I think we always talk about this, it's just a safe environment to bring everybody out. You know, you're not going to have any unwanted tricks that night. It's going to be a fun event and a safe event all the way around. So
always family friendly. They've got a beautiful grassy field there. Bring your low chairs, your blankets. It's a great time.
Yeah, it's fun.
I bring my own kids, and they run around and have the taco man for dinner and all the things. So.
Exactly. Now, so are you going to be decked out in a costume that evening?
You know what? No commitment at this point.
Okay.
I have done it in the past.
I know you have.
But it's not fully formed at this point.
Okay.
So.
Are you leaning toward a costume this year that maybe
we'll see.
So
we'll
if you
see,
this princess or something walking around or whatever you might be.
I've done it before and people don't recognize me.
I know.
So
I know. It's good costume. That's a good costume.
That's a good costume.
Exactly.
That's a good.
All
And
right.
sometimes the makeup takes hours. So
I know. Exactly.
time allowed.
Exactly.
It's becoming a real busy season.
I know, for you it is. It always is. So, it's going to be a fun event. So everybody, again, it's going to be October 4th, 5 to 9 out at Huckleberry Park, and a great venue. Usually by October, weather is so pleasant, and so we're keeping our fingers crossed on that.
There'll be lots of candy. It's a parent's job to limit it on the kids, not mine.
Exactly. They're gonna load up as much as they can. So just parents, be aware it's going to be sugar high for many days if you don't pay attention.
Maybe I'll go bring some toothbrushes to pass out too.
Always a good thing too. The dentist will be happy for that, for sure.
Yes.
Well, Councilwoman, great show. Really good, timely topics talking about emergency preparedness and public safety in general. But I want to tell everybody out there, hey, we always want to hear from you. So if there's something you'd like to share with Councilwoman Palenske, you can give her a call. The number is 702-229-2524. Or you can send her an email. The address is fpalenske@lasvegasnevada.gov. You can also visit the Ward 4 website or subscribe to the Councilwoman's newsletter. You can do that by scanning that QR code on your screen right now, and we'll have that in the closing credits of the show as well. So, great newsletter. You always have chock full of info about the ward, things going on within the city in general. It's really informative, and it's free, and easy to subscribe. And you want to stay plugged in, know what's going on. It's a great resource.
Yep. Undercurrent of the theme of today's show: get involved.
Yeah, absolutely. Good point. Good point. That's with your neighbors, with your area first responders, exactly. Parks and the events that we have. It's a great way.
Call me and complain. It's my job to listen.
She always does listen, and she's very accessible. So, Councilman, great show. We will have you back in 6 weeks with another update from Ward 4. But in the meantime, everybody, please don't miss our next show beginning on September 25th with Councilwoman Chandra Summers Armstrong. City of Las Vegas TV is streaming now. You can catch all of our shows on YouTube at City of Las Vegas TV. You can also watch online at lasvegasnevada.gov/connect. Thanks again for watching, everyone, and we will see you next time around.